This happened about 100 years ago. There was an immigrant boy named Jackie O'Rourke who'd come to America to seek his fortune. But there was little fortune to be found working hard on the docks in New York. So he used to play his concertina on street corners to make a little extra money. One day, a man said to him,
"Say, young fella, why don't you head west? There's gold been found in California."
Jackie said to himself, "Now, at last, I'll make my fortune quick. No more work for me." He went to the freight yards and caught a westbound boxcar. The train didn't go far in those days. It ended at the lake port of Buffalo. So Jackie slowly made his way on to Columbus, Ohio. And there, one night, he met a young man playing a harmonica. Now, this young fella used to work on an iron ore boat on the Great Lakes, but now he was off to find gold in California. So they traveled along together. Westward through Indianapolis, Vandalia, St. Louis. They got rides in wagons or on coaches, but mostly they had to walk. And after a long, weary time, they came to Kansas City, smack in the middle of the land. There they met another young man with a banjo. He was a mule skinner from Missouri who'd quit his job, and he was going west, too. So, of course, they all went on together. They came to the dusty prairie, and they got a lift in a covered wagon. One day, they met a horseman riding the same way, playing a guitar.
Oh, don't you remember sweet Betsy from Pike? Crossed the big mountain with her lover I...
He was a cowhand from Texas, going to find gold in the West. But his horse had gone lame, and he was about to give up. They took him in the wagon, and they went on. They followed the Santa Fe Trail. They took the California cutoff over the Uncompahgre Mountains and then up to the Great Salt Lake. They followed the Pony Express over Nevada to Carson City. And at last they came to California and to gold. Gold. Gold? No, it wasn't as easy as they thought it was going to be. They went down to the Sacramento River, and there they panned for gold for many a back-breaking day. There was sickness and hunger and hard living. All the good claims were staked, and prices were high. Their supplies got lower. One day, Jackie said, "Boys, it's no go. There's nothing to be found here. We've got to give it up." Sadly, they went into town to start back east. "Gold on the banks of the Sacramento," says Jackie. That's a laugh, that is. Then, just to keep his spirits up, he began to play and sing.
Then ho, boys, ho, to California. There's plenty of gold, so I've been told, on the banks of the Sacramento.
Pretty soon, the banjo joined him, and the harmonica, and then the guitar. At the music, the folks began to gather round, patting their feet and clapping their hands. Then they commenced to dance, right there in the street. The music got louder and faster and gayer. More people came running up and crowding around, out of the cafes and the stores, the banks. And by golly, they had him an old-fashioned hoedown right then and there.
Then ho, boys, ho, to California, yo. There's plenty of gold, so I've been told, on the banks of the Sacramento.
When they were done, the four friends passed around the hat, and the people just showered money on them. Jackie put his share in his pocket, and he says, "Well, sir," he says, "you learn something every day. There's no gold to be picked up off the ground anywhere unless you work for it." And from that time on, they did.